Search for anyone. Is the first guy that comes up Alan Gold.
Hey, Siren, did you see the link I sent on the airtights?
Ah, yes. I see the stuff he puts up. You should be ashamed to buy any Tokalog coin.
The guy advertises his airtights to fit them. I mean, if you wanted to play it safe though, Siren, Mick Silver got the ones with the rings, and he had them all fitted in. I'll be the guinea pig, Siren. It was only $11.
For what? Airtights for what?
For the bacon coins.
Oh, the bacon coins, yes. They're that small. Well, the airtights with the rings, they're pretty good because they give you some leeway to put other things in there. Like I have a couple 38 millimeters that I put 39 millimeter coins in. You gotta squeeze a little bit, but it works.
Oh, stock jockeys expecting tinfoil hat girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he left. He didn't even say anything.
Alan.
Where are you? Just come in and leave automatically.
Could always just be connectivity.
So, Silver Siren. The whole thing we were discussing basically is that I am getting a couple of the uncirculated 2013 dollar sets from the mint, and I'm planning to send in the silver coins, the American Eagles, for grading to PCGS. But I wasn't too sure. The 2013 burnished American Silver Eagle coins, they're already on track to be the lowest minted ones. So I'm kind of hoping that, you know, that trend keeps going.
We're getting into some grading shenanigans, Siren. Got Brian going in with a PCGS subscription. We're making him catch the bug.
At least for these coins.
Yeah, sub. Yeah. You mean a subscription? Yes, you are correct. Unless you do through a dealer, yeah.
Well, we already talked about the subscription and the pricing, and how I could get over pretty easily with that. So
I did the 149, which gives you 4 submissions included, and Brian's pointed out I should have done the 199, which gives you 8. So it's, instead of a $50 outlay for your first year, if you're going to do 8 or more coins like he is, and I did, then it's only a $30 outlay for that first year. You know, the subscription cost beyond the cost of the coins. So And that's pricing it at $20 for the Secure Plus. So Brian's going to do the $199, which is that's the right one.
I think it's a great deal.
Yeah,
$30.
it is. It is a great deal for what you're going to do, for sure.
Does anybody know anything about Bill Me Later? Like, I got something and I'm going to return it, but I put it on Bill Me Later. I mean, what's that?
As
What's
far
gonna
as
happen? Do I have to pay before a month just so I don't get in trouble?
no,
So I don't see anything
it should be automated to credit that.
as soon as they get the item back.
Like Siren said, it'll get credited back through the system. It should. Let the machines work, Zach. Have trust in the machines.
That is interesting, though. I've never sent anything back.
Oh, it's Zach. Zach gets into all kinds of trouble. Siren's going to start charging Zach for tech support.
Tech support. Oh, wow.
That's right. He couldn't afford you.
Feed me food. You can give it to me in food.
$5.99 a second.
So yeah, SVT was Silverfish was asking about whether to submit with a condition of only grade 70s. And I said, yeah, right. So then you pay all that money, and you swing and you miss, right? And I get it, but my response so back, he's probably listening, was you may not gain much on a 69 depending upon the coin, although some coins 69 still have a nice premium, but you're probably not going to go below much the cost with grading. So I don't think you want to take that risk of saying, now I could see maybe saying don't grade below 69, but I wouldn't do a 70 home run only kind of condition, because then you're going to get a lot of those back and they're not going to be slabbed, and you've just spent all that money, you get nothing. Yeah, I agree, Siren. 69 for new issues is pretty much a wash, but you got a slabbed coin, and Yep, pandas. Yeah, those get more of a premium. Those get a lot of premium even in the 69, 67, 68. Yeah, authenticity. That's right. Yep. Yeah, it definitely depends on the coin. I agree. Like anything else, got to do your research on them. And
yeah, those slab 70 pandas are above 60 now normally.
Oh yeah.
I picked up. I have a 2013 and a 2014 panda slab, and I bought them both for like 50-ish. So
Wow.
you're getting some value there.
Isn't that all this guy buys in? Wolf Dog?
Yeah, he's a panda king. Yeah, he's Mr. Panda.
That collection he has is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice collection.
Now it's gotta be.
What happened, Half Dollar? I just wonder how come for the coin I'm sending in nobody has done secured service.
Yeah, I think some collectors either don't. Yeah, that's another point Siren makes. It's relatively new, so that's probably part of it. Some people are just looking for the cheapest way to get the slab, and it is $4 more. So, which I think you and I, Brian, talked about. That's a no-brainer, I think, to pay the extra $4 for them.
Well, especially now, if I get it for free, of course, I'm going to take that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And like I said, if I'm the only guy with those coins in a secure slab, I get to charge more.
Mm-hmm.
Secured plus.
Yep.
How much is that? Like if you do that?
$16 is the regular. $20, $4 more per coin.
Which is not bad. I would like to take a look at like certain things in those on eBay and compare prices.
So what does that secured plus do or whatever? What's the meaning behind it?
It's really an authenticity thing. They scan, they give high resolution whatever pictures, which all digital photos are high resolution, so that's kind of gimmicky. But they do take high resolution for purposes of being able to identify that particular coin. So there's an authenticity guarantee that goes with that. There have been people, I think some people misunderstood, because I think Agent Argent, he's either talking about another service, but I've heard people say that Secure Plus guarantees you that if the coin gets milk spots or other, that is not the case. It does not guarantee that whatsoever. It purely is an authenticity thing, and you get their unlimited guarantee. But if your coins get milk spots in the holders down the road, that is not, PCGS does not in any way ensure that on Secure Plus. I don't think they insure that on any coin.
No.
There's no environmental guarantee on a coin toning inside the holder.
That's what makes me scared about getting graded coins, man.
Well, what do you mean? Scared you're not going to get the grade you want, or?
No, like if you buy a 70 and then it starts getting milk spots on it, you're paying high dollar for it.
Yes.
And you're not going to get the high dollar you're expecting when you go to sell.
Well, but it's like anything else. I mean, your 70s can tone, and so can other people's. So.
Yeah.
Some people like if it's nice toning. Some people actually pay a premium for that. But if you get a nice rainbow going on inside your holder.
You're talking about like milk spots, I mean.
Yeah, milk spots. Well, yeah, I agree. Milk spots just plain suck, but.
Yeah, toning is fine. Milk spots, not so much.
Not so much. Yeah.
That makes me just want to not buy anything but just bars.
So yeah, but you stay away from the milk spot prone issues. Still no guarantee, but. Right. I mean, we all know the Royal Canadian Mint has its big problem, and I know there's a few others. I know some pandas, I think, and even eagles, I suspect, have some, but I don't think as much. I think your risk is lower, I believe.
Eagles have to be way low. I don't know if I've seen any.
Philharmonics, yeah, I've heard of some of those. Spotting.
$50. Are you there? Did you check out that link I sent?
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. I was I'm multitasking. I'm back.
Yeah, I sent a link for, I think that's a $50 piece.
Cheaper perf. That's interesting. Yeah.
Wow. That's one expensive piece of silver.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't have any slabbed $50 other than the commemoratives. Sorry, I was just like doing something else. Yeah, I actually got a few. I got a bid going on now for another commemorative, and I got like 3 on the way. I tell you, I'm gonna have the whole collection before I know it. Yeah. I don't know about that. Those Hawaiian $50 are just a little too pricey.
Are those over over $1,000 or more?
More. Get a
Wow.
decent
Couple grand.
unsophisticated grade. You're talking thousands.
No, boy.
I mean the Old Spanish Trail is probably the next most expensive. Those are going for between 1,000 and 1,500, depending on the grade.
Mm.
But I mean, yeah, that's going up to like 64, 65. I mean, anything above a 65, you're talking tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, I'm going after the lower hanging fruit right now. I mean, there's some more, wherever I see the deals.
A 1993 Silver Eagle, $41. I might send my Ikes to be graded.
You know, Brian, I think there's time. You can wait on that.
What for the
Yeah.
Ikes?
I really don't see graded Ikes as something out there right now. I mean, I see some, but not relative to other coins.
No, it's not their time right now. I just saw it. It's only like $13.
Yeah, Silverfish. Yeah, if you look at the features of the Secure Plus, there's nothing regarding toning or milk spotting, and then you just look at the unlimited guarantee and you read into the terms and conditions on that, and they actually explicitly say that any post spotting that occurs after the coin is encapsulated is not guaranteed. So you are not in any way protected with a Secure Plus on that front. So it is what it is. If it's going to tone or it's going to spot, that's what you get. So yeah, I would not. Good Lord, I would not Secure Plus tunas. Oh.
Really, they state their goals right here on their page. So
What's that?
no, for the Secure Plus,
Yeah.
it says it right on their page what they're like really trying to get out of it.
Yeah, it's an authenticity thing, right? Unless I missed something.
Well, it's for counterfeits and altered coins. It's better.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
if it's ever lost or stolen, it will probably be a lot harder to sell that.
Right.
So let's see, PCGS. Coins required for this service. All world non-US coins, except modern service level coins dated 1965 to date.
Yep.
And any coin valued at 50,000 or higher. So unless you got some of those, you're good. Oh boy.
Well, Silver, sorry to answer your question. Gainesville, their promotion is horrible today. Like 1 gram silver rounds. There.
$59.99 a round.
Siren, were you aware of the 1 ounce gold Mickey coins, 500 mintage?
The hell?
Okay, so there are at least one of them on eBay. The guy's trying to get $8,500. But here's the potential scandal. Is that it was clearly an exclusive deal with NGC because they graded 499. So basically the entire lot was contracted with NGC, and who knows who struck that deal, because obviously they didn't make it public, and that one's a really interesting little deal there. It's almost like somebody private contracted to have and did a private deal. Okay, on the Stackers forum. Okay, yeah, that does happen. Well, we should start pooling our money and creating new issues. First coin, the Mob Deep first issue. Oh, the design on that would be, yes, Deep Scameo for sure. That would be classic.
I hear the
Deep
ice cream
Scameo. We gotta have a whiskey bottle on there. Definitely got to have 24/7 365 for his Hangouts. What? In what? What?
I thought you guys saw this link in the last Hangout.
What do you got? Oh yeah. Yep. Is that the one that's like 12 or 13,000?
Holy cow.
It's brutal. Better bring the Brinks truck for that.
You better have some armed guards.
And too much money for something too new.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, for that price. I ship worldwide.
Yeah. I mean, imagine that, right? You privately contract for a coin that isn't disclosed to the public, and then I think those guys, I mean, you know, they'll sell a few of them, but just out of the fact that they did that arrangement, I wouldn't touch them. I wouldn't reward that kind of shit.
Wow. I see that $8,500 coin. That's ridiculous.
Why are you gonna spend something like that on a new coin? Get something that's been out there for the same price. At least you know it's more guaranteed to keep the price.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many gold bars could you get for that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can get 4 or 5 ounces of gold for that. Yeah.
That's true as well.
So you want to try to get the
Stack up on some good gold bullion. Need some gold.
Start stacking, man.
you want to try to get the coin, like anything new now that's cheap, and then you gotta sit on it and hope.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like buy it expensive now and then like in a year it goes down to $500.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, you're trying to be on the one side of the fence, and the rest of the eBayers that are paying the premiums are the greater fools on the other side of the fence. You know, it's just amazing that there's such a huge world out there that probably they don't invest the time in the hobby or whatever to do the research, and they just figure, okay, I'm just going to buy it, and they think it's a solid place to put their money.
Yeah, I might, like I said, with these coins, I might have to sit on these after I get all this said and done. Make them show up in about 10 years.
Come on, Silverfish, you can do 7,600 for that, Mickey.
Let's start the Pawn Stars.
I know, right?
I'll give you 1,000.
Yeah, those gold Kennedys, Siren. It's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to be on the sidelines for the first couple weeks and see what happens with the mintage. So.
Now you know the mintage for those coins are going to be insane. if they don't
Well,
put a limit.
it's not necessarily, because you're going to have a lot of people that are going to wait it out to the end. So then that increases the risk for the rush at the end. And then if gold is volatile during the period, you have that factor because it's $50 increments on the price of gold. So if gold goes up, obviously the coin. Let's say the coin comes out at 1,200, could go up to 1,250, could go up to 1,300 during the I think it's going to be a 4-week period. I don't think they've announced that, but it was 4 weeks for the reverse proof buffalo. But so you got that factor, and then. So you're going to have people looking at those weekly sales, and some will jump in after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then it'll get real. If the mintage is well below 100,000 going into that last week, then I will probably pick up a couple. But if it goes up over close to 100 grand, I'm not going to touch them. 5 per household. Yeah, that's right, Siren. And I think they can lift that limit, I believe. It's at their discretion during the period, I believe, too. So
Limit's 5.
yeah, 5. That's the initial. Yeah, but they could change that during the period. So depending upon sales, they'll usually lift it. Right? They'll say either you can buy 100 now, or 10 now, or 50, or whatever, or they can actually say unlimited. I think they've done that too, because they're not getting the sales that they had expected.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick to the silver sets they have coming up.
What are the silver sets they got coming?
For the Kennedys,
Yeah.
you're going to get a regular silver, a reverse proof, an enhanced, and what else? Burnished? Or
I think there's an uncirculated, and then there's a traditional proof. Then you got the enhanced uncirculated, and then you have the reverse proof.
Is it enhanced a proof too, or not?
I think it's classified as uncirculated.
I'm trying to think which one should I get.
But I like that it's all 4 mid marks. I said that before.
yeah, I feel that set is going to do pretty well. And I hope, there's probably no guarantee, but since this is the 50th year, if they change the $50 design, oh boy.
Yeah, I think it's time to move on. Poor old Franklin hardly had a shake for about, 10 years? No. Franklin started, 1950? Yeah, just 12, 13 years. It might be time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 50 years is just too long. Just change it already.
Hi guys.
Hello.
So
I had a meeting because I was unfolding my coin, so I didn't want you guys to hear all the noise.
Oh shit! Stupid alarm.
So those silver Kennedys, like the reverse proof coin, are they all in one?
One set, it's 4 coins, right?
Yes.
So it's $100, $99.95 for all 4.
That's not bad.
Yes.
And they're all silver?
Yes.
All right.
90%.
90% silver.
All right, sweet. I might pick up 2.
I want to try to get 4 of those sets.
Means I gotta start working some overtime.
Yeah, buddy. I've been hitting that overtime train recently too.
Or I can just get my dad to loan me some money.
As numismatic king.
Yeah.
Watch the movie?
So do you think these coins will come out right away? Like you'll get them right away, or will they be like the baseball coins?
Oh no. You're gonna wait about a year to get these.
I'm still waiting on my baseball coins.
I hope they don't cancel it.
What the heck?
Baseball coins. The next ATB is not till September either, I think.
Those baseball coins are taking forever.
Yeah. I get mine about 2 months from now. At least that's what they say. Again, I was supposed to get them July 4th, but now they pushed it back 2 more months.
Oh, Siren. I hope the Arches becomes the next Hawaii. Yes, but you never know. Could be boring to you, then the general population thinks it's a hit. Ha! You're the one who controls the prices.
No, that's right, Siren. There's no cute lizards or bunnies. She's not buying it until they put some cute little animals in there. Yep.
A bunny.
Like a prairie dog.
Little,
Isn't there a small child in the coin? So the Everglades, you'll get 10 of the Everglades. That should be a pretty popular one, though.
Oh yeah, with the birds.
Yep. It'll probably turn out just like the Mount Rushmore. I really want to wait to see what they do with next year, the New York State coin. Because so far I'm not liking that. What they have planned for the design.
It's probably better waiting to get the get like a silver quarter set and look at the designs and see if you really want any of the ATB 5 ounces.
Well, I'm trying to do the collection from years, so that's gonna be a doozy to collect those.
bunnies and puppies series, and they can get more ladies collecting.
Hey, I could just sell all my big ATVs right now. I just go for the small quarters.
Yep, kittens. That's right.
Oh, big old tarantula.
That's a tarantula. A scorpion.
That would be cool, like a scorpion coin.
Or a black widow.
Yes.
New Mexico state animal, black widow.
I think we need a. I think we need a. Gary can have one of his chigger, his Texas chiggers there.
Oh, the Chihuahua coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the American Wildlife Series. Well, I think the U.S. Mint should have definitely made the ATBs a 1 ounce coin, or even a 2 ounce coin would have probably been more popular than the 5 ounce.
I'm down with that, Mob.
Up girls.
The TNA series.
How many hangouts are on right now?
I'm here.
FTI.
My video keeps crashing.
Oh boy.
Bird FT Ideas with the first in the morning hangout.
Yeah.
Let's not get the conversation like that, Lofty.
Oh man, mob.
Remember, we are live. Let's keep it PG here.
Can anybody hear me?
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Let's see. Interesting.
I like that, stock jockey. An extinct Border Patrol commemorative with officers changing illegals' diapers. That is great.
Wow.
Or the Obama immigration commemorative. Just have like a picture of Obama with a bunch of illegals crossing a river behind him, all like cheering and a big old smile on Obama's face.
And he like open like, what did I do? And a big old
What, me? What? That'd be great.
Amazing.
I heard he's redirecting the Border Patrol to Canada. Too many illegals across from Canada.
Yeah, they got a real problem on that Windsor, Michigan border there, man.
Yeah, you gotta send them back.
Yep. Imminent threat
And
to national security.
The Canadians will come down and take our benefits.
No, it's the other way around. The people from Detroit like to come to Windsor.
Yeah, so Steve's got his Benjamin Franklins out there.
Do you guys see my stuff reversed?
No, it's.
That's just how you see it on your screen, but we see it normal.
Okay, it's strange.
Well, that's how it is for everybody. Like,
okay.
my own screen is mirrored.
So this is what I have for 3 months of stack. I still have I have to go to my PO box. I got that Tombstone Crown 2 ounce. I got to pick up. Oh, I love that. I can't wait to get to that. Now I need some more Kennedys. I love Kennedys. More quarters. But I'm done with the Franklins.
Quarters. I don't know, guys. I think I'm gonna get out a 5-ounce ATV game.
Get out of it?
Yeah, I might just sell off my stuff and get like silver bars and stuff.
Oh, I think it's a good time. I think it's a great time for Bullion right now.
I mean, you might want to keep them. If you want to get out of them, just get out of them. But I don't know if I would just sell them off.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, FT. They're a good, solid, long-term play. They're not really gonna go down. I mean, and if anything, right, they're just gonna slowly appreciate. It's such a popular series.
I have a few. I mean, I have like maybe 6 or 7 total, but I haven't bought one. I don't think I'm gonna buy another one.
Siren FT bought a monster box of Kilo Tombstones.
What? Does that even exist?
No.
A monster box. Huh?
Yeah, wooden chest. Exactly.
He's gonna put him. No, he's gonna build a little sandbox and stand them up like tombstones, a little graveyard.
How many are in that box, Silver Siren? Is it just one? What do you mean vintage? It's not vintage.
Oh, I'm sure they got some Southwest little.
Oh, he was talking about the those tombstone bars.
Yeah. What's next? Do we get like little BSO skulls and we can put like a graveyard scene? Sweet.
You can make that silver into anything you want.
That's right.
Different shapes and sizes. Still silver.
Yep.
Oh, here we go with the pictures.
Mob's,
Okay, all that.
Mob's keeping a record of everybody inventory.
What?
He's gonna make sure you pay taxes on everything you sell.
Mob is the NSA, the National Scammer Archive, or the National Scammer Agency. He's getting his evidence.
The anti-scamming agency.
National Scamming Agency.
Oh man.
Right, we see the Mammoth coin siren.
Coin subscription. What do you mean? Wait,
Uh,
what? $185 for 1 ounce?
Oh my.
No, I don't think so.
well, yeah, because I mean, it's the particular animal. I think it's a draw. We're just like how Somali elephants are really attractive coin. I think a mammoth is just like I don't know. I see the same draw, something very similar because of the animal.
Well, I don't understand. It says a 2-coin subscription. What does that mean?
I think one's a silver coin, one's the gold coin.
Well, the gold one's obviously not $185. I can't see the whole coin. Does it say a 1/4 ounce or is that 1 ounce?
1/10.
Oh, a 1/10. So it's still $140. Okay, so that makes more sense. $140 and another, what, $40. No? Well, what's the $185 subscribe?
RCM is a joke.
Brian's collecting Sacagawea dollars.
I actually like those dollars. The new designs more than the old, of course. I'll take a picture of a nickel. Or you want a silver half dollar better? Now don't send this to the feds.
Why did you buy a Susan B. Anthony? Is that gold?
Susan B. Anthony.
Is that Susan B.? No, it's a Liberty.
Sacagawea.
Oh, okay.
Sacagawea.
Sacagawea. Wee! Wee, wee, wee.
What year is it?
Oh, let me see. I have 2002, 2000, and 2003 here.
Okay. Not familiar with that.
Sakaju.
Yeah.
Mom.
remember the name, but it's the same picture for the Susan B. Anthony, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Look at it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Look at it.
Take a picture so I can look at it longer.
You like that one, Steve?
The dime? Is that a proof?
No. On my screen.
Who is it? Who's talking?
I'm talking.
I am.
I know. I'm trying to. I see a bunch of your icons in the.
The one with the it's mostly red. It's got the red box.
Oh, okay. I'm clicking on it. I think I saw that. What is that? Is that a dragon's face? Ooh, look at that. I like it.
All right, guys. Well,
Tell me about it.
I have to go.
It's Kuro.
All right, Brian, take care.
Later, Brian. Guys.
Bye.
It's too much light. There we go. That's a little better.
And Steve, if you like that, FT's got a nice little colored Elvis coin he can follow up with.
Oh, where is that? It's right here.
Yeah.
I'm an artist. I've been an artist for over 30 years, and I don't know about the colored stuff. It just turns me off.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't look good on coins.
Now, I'm mixing the metals, gold and silver. I like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
Or
it's
maybe the
silver
problem
and
is.
gold. Why do you want to paint it? You know what I mean?
Well, maybe
Painted.
the problem is they're putting too much color into it.
Mm-hmm.
If they
Looks like
take
a
50%.
casino chip.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah.
I did 15 years in Vegas.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Either it's hot, cold, or windy.
That's right. Hot, cold, windy, and broke.
Yeah, and brown. Everything's brown. Brown mountains, brown dirt.
Yeah.
People surprised. You live in Las Vegas? What, do you live in a casino? No, man, there's homes in Las Vegas. Come on.
How come they don't color gold coins?
Perth does quite a few, actually. I don't think they sell very many of them, but yeah, they do. You'll have like a gold coin and the horse is red. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's terrible. Embarrassing. Yeah, RCM will they'll paint anything, man.
FTI, did you tell me what that coin is?
Yeah, it's a Kuro. It's from New Zealand Mint.
Okay.
I can read it here.
What year did that come out? Okay.
It's a 2013.
1 ounce silver, Troy. Okay. 999. Is it 4939?
3 nines. Mintage of 2000. I have number. You're not going to be able to see it very 500. There you go. Take a picture.
Damn it! My video driver crashed again. I wonder why it keeps doing that. I gotta close it and join you guys again. Alright, I'll be back.
The only reason I bought it because I like the design. I mean, that's it. I overpaid for it. You can find them cheaper now.
So everybody's using their webcam. Is that how we do it?
No, not everybody.
Oh, so use a regular video camera and connect it to the PC?
You don't have to have a camera at all.
Oh, to join.
Silver Siren doesn't have a camera or a microphone.
Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. So he does the texting.
Silver Siren is HAL 9000.
What?
Oh. That was a good movie.
Silver. Greetings, humans. That's right. She knows.
Ow. Don't touch that button. Ow. Ow. Stay away from there.
Siren and I are pod people.
You can't. I can't let you do that.
Why are you doing that, Alan?
That's right.
Alan, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the story with your picture icon, the pink, the bozo thing? Is there a story behind that?
That is, well, no, other than I change my picture all the time. It's been a couple days, so it's rare. That is a beautiful artist's rendition of Homie D. Clown from In Living Color. Yes, that is.
Yeah.
That is Damon Wayans right there.
Yeah, okay.
I came across it and said, "That's a winner." Gotta get that.
Oh my God. I'm glad it doesn't come out in the coin.
Yeah, right. That would make a great coin. There would be some clowns on here that would buy that, I'm sure.
I just found a sold listing of this. Holy Christ, $58. Oh my God.
That is a beautiful coin.
Yeah.
It was about a month ago, but holy crap, $58 it sold for.
Well, how much did you get that for?
I'm not going to tell you.
Lower or higher?
A lot more. It was over $100.
Oh, okay.
More than that, $50. More than I bought it from AppMex, I think.
Guys, I got a question.
Yes.
A couple days ago, I won a bid, and I was the only one bidding. It's a Proof American Silver Eagle, and it was gold gilded, I guess you call it, on both sides. And I only paid total with the shipping $36. Did I get ripped off or got a deal?
It's silver American Silver Eagle.
American Silver Eagle, 9.99%.
Wait, what year?
2010.
Just by itself?
In a box. Comes in a box. And the plastic looks all dinged up, but the coin looks great. I think people saw that. Oh.
Buy it from Ivan.
How much did you pay for it?
Total $36.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Is it a Proof?
Yes, it's a Proof gold 24 karat gilded on the obverse and reverse.
Oh, that's fine. That's a fine. I mean, I'm not into gilded coins, but I mean,
Well, that'll be my first mixture of two metals in a coin. So
yeah. Any American Eagle proof, you're getting in the $30 range. That's fine.
okay. What is that?
Looks like a shed.
Is it
Oh
out
yeah,
now?
sorry
Out in
about
that
that.
outhouse. You gotta
Doing this
go. You
one
gotta
outside.
go.
Well, might as well give you a tour of the place. Not much going on here.
A virtual tour.
Heck, we're not taking to the tool shed.
It's a man cave, dude.
Pretty much. This is where I'm down to now. Jeez.
Nice.
Oh.
I like it the level of mess it's at, because no one's going to try to take it over or tell me, like, oh, start hanging out in it. It's just messy enough that no one wants it.
Are you sweating?
No, it's actually pretty cool right now. It's really hot in the sun, though. Fucking beaming out there. Oh, yeah. Well, what are you guys talking about? The, what is it called? We have gilded coins?
Yeah, I bought a 2010 American Silver Eagle proof, gilded on both sides. 24
Plain
karat.
gold? Gold gild?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, when gold goes up in value, that would be even better, right?
I checked out what he else sells, and he sells a whole bunch of junk and very little coins. So it was a bid, it wasn't an ask. So, wow, I said okay.
Yeah.
And
Well,
nobody else was.
I don't think there's that much gold on it for a spot price to affect the price of it.
Okay.
You don't think? No? Not much.
No.
Even let's say it goes up to $10,000 an ounce.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Yeah,
silver goes up too.
I'm talking about if it goes up $20 an ounce.
There's like no gold.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, yeah. I guess
When's
you're
it going
right.
to go to $10,000 an ounce?
I don't know, you know? Shit. It all depends on who wins the next election, right? I don't know. What's going to happen next? More money spent? What's more than $1 trillion? Can we get there? Jeez.
Really?
I don't know. And the only thing they could do is they could back the dollar by gold and silver, but that would drop the value in gold and silver, correct?
No.
No, you don't think it
The
would?
opposite.
Oh, so you do think it would go up?
Well, how do you back? I mean, with an extraordinary fiat system, you have to have a huge lever. There's not enough. There's not enough, right? There's still going to be a levered factor to that gold or silver. I don't. I mean, you
You're
could
saying
quote
there's not
unquote
enough
infinitely
If it was
divide.
worth a lot
Yeah.
of money, it would work. You're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it would have to, right? The gold and silver would have to inflate tremendously. But the thing is,
Well,
I think silver
I
at
say we
100.
calculate that price out. I don't want to cut
Oh,
you off
people
here.
already
If
have.
we
People, yeah.
calculate that, have you calculated what that has to get at?
Yeah, some people say conservatively 10 grand. There's other estimates to support the current amount of fiat out in the system globally. You're looking at more like I've heard estimates as high as 50 grand. The
Ooh.
problem is though, at that level, I think even silver at $100 and gold at let's say 5 grand, you're
Okay.
already either a currency reset in progress or imminent at those levels. You've got a massive global crisis where there's active conversation about new currencies. The speculation would get it up to 100, gold to say 5 or north. It gets really goofy when that starts happening. You're going to have incredible volatility. I mean, you're talking silver going up $100 in a day. If silver gets
Yeah.
into the hundreds, you're going to have extreme volatility, and then it becomes a real challenge. And people that want to just sell into that, well, that's fine, but just your risk is, right? What's the outcome? You don't have any idea what the exchange is going to be for, or quite frankly, it could be for nothing. Right?
Yeah,
In
that
other
makes
words,
total sense. Yeah.
so I think that everyone's saying, hey, well, that would be phenomenal if silver was $100 and gold was 5,000 or more and it was wildly volatile. Well, I say not necessarily, because you don't know what you're trading in for. And so then you have to decide, do I want to trade a percentage? I think you'd be crazy to trade all of your PMs in because of that risk. I think you have to take you maybe graduate into that mania.
Well, here's
So
the
I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to sell 25% at 1,000 or whatever, whatever.
The general
Go ahead,
mindset of all stackers is that they want to buy cheap forever, and then when they retire, that's when they want the price to skyrocket. So we're all kind of selfish because we want a price point super low right now, but then when we're in our 50s and 60s, that's when we want the price to skyrocket so we can sell it all,
Right.
And it's, I don't know, it's a little convoluted, really.
Yeah. So I think it's like any other gamble. You say, okay, I'm going to trade in, and I'm going to quote unquote, play with the house money, if you will. I'm going to keep my core position. I'm going to trade out of some of it and take the risk that this inflated speculation that I'll be the winner on that. But like I said, until you actually know what the new currency or currencies look like, you have no idea what the value is going to be. Those PMs. It's going to be a big, big cluster, man. They're going to manipulate it to the advantage. The end of the day, the biggest win for PM holders would be if the global big economies all agreed we're either going to make a new global currency or we're going to let everybody have their own currencies, but everybody's going to issue new forms of those currencies, and they will be somehow pegged to PMs. Then you could potentially have a significantly elevated value because they are now backing in some way backing PMs to those new currencies, and that would be it. And then I think there would be more stability longer term. You'd have PMs would now have a newfound value to them that they didn't previously have, and that would be a potential win. You got to let things settle down though, right, to know what you're getting. So that's why I think, hey, maybe I might probably push out a quarter of my PM holdings into that new currency. But I don't even think I would sell into the dollar speculation ahead of that new currency. Just too risky. Dollars could really get effed in that transaction.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that always answers my question actually.
Yeah, I mean, you were just like Mike said, you got to really think about kind of your goals and when it makes sense to sell and and much and what do you continue to hold and.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Because think about it, right? In all that up phase, I mean, you're selling, but it's not like you can go buy more PMs for that. You're selling into that strength. So, I mean, you could short periods of volatility, you might be able to get some gains on buying more PMs, but you could also get priced out real quickly too and be like, well, I got to hold my paper now because that's what I traded for, and now gold just went up another $500 and silver went up another $50. So.
That's what happened with people with Bitcoin, I guess, right?
I guess the lesson here is
they're like, oh,
if there's a lesson, be buying PMs now, and hopefully you've been buying them in the past few years, and continue to buy as much as you can now, and hope that you're making the right call. That 98% of the population isn't doing what we're doing.
Well, that's what I've been doing. Yeah.
Yep.
I know when people find out that I'm doing it, they get hostile to it. They get very angry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I learned that from the beginning,
Well, no one likes to be.
You got like one coin.
Yeah, no one likes to think that you think that you know more than they do about what's going on, and you're smarter than them, and you know what? We don't know that we're smarter than anybody else. So until it happens, you're just a guy buying precious metals. They've been around thousands of years. It's not exactly a new. It's not a new asset class. That's for sure. It's one of the oldest, if not the oldest.
It feels like 2001 to me. I see a lot of these commercials. You guys probably have too, on TV where it's like buy gold and silver. Those Roslyn Capital ones, all those. They're everywhere now. That's what it was like then. You know? Everyone's
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Well, those have actually died down significantly. They were crazy during the run-up of gold and silver a few years ago. A lot of those have either gone out of business or they've gone quiet again. Well, some of them are starting to heat up again, yeah. But I think we're also seeing kind of the bottom. A lot of indications that the bottom is really starting to get put in on both gold and silver. So naturally, when that happens and things start to move higher, of course, the retailers, the hucksters come back out, you know?
Okay, I thought about this. What about we buy a bunch of silver blanks, right? And then when the price goes up to, let's say, $30 an ounce, we start pressing our own, taking some of the profits and pressing our own coins, selling them for, like, whatever. That's what they do to us. See what I'm saying?
Well, yes, but the thing is, you know, I think if PMs were to really, really accelerate and go up in price, right, I'm not so sure that the whole people aren't going to be particularly focused on numismatics. I mean, there'll still be the numismatic community, obviously, and collectibles. But you're going to have a lot of people that aren't going to care about that. They're truly going to just be really trying to acquire the metal. So I don't care if there's a Mickey Mouse on it or some other silly design. They're going to not pay you for that. Now, in the numismatic community, there'll still be stuff that gets a premium, no question. I could see some of these, especially moderns, in a $300-400 price of silver. I mean, and honestly, do you care if you paid $100 for that Mickey and somebody wants to give you $400?
True.
Granted, you could have made a lot more by just buying the bullion. So
then again, you'll sell yours quicker.
Yeah, it is waste.
I would want a Mickey over a ordinary one if it was the same price.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
But then, just a quick sale. I guess.
Look, at those prices, we're not really going to be, you know, concerned with what designs we bought a couple years ago. We're just going to be really obviously focused on what's happening, because at that point, like I said, I think the economies, and we're into that real next phase of what is the global central bankers going to do? How are they going to engineer this change? Or not engineer it? Is it going to be disruptive, really chaotic, or is it going to be? They're going to attempt, obviously, to sell it as a new paradigm, and here's what you get. It's going to be crazy. Either way, it's going to be incredible event.
What's going to happen with oil? Is going to be affected, like dollar reserves? What are they going to do? Change it?
Oil's just tied to straight demand. It's consumption, man. Oil will just price itself, and but. If you drop the dollar,
I know Australia has more oil now. I see what you're saying.
Look, the dollar isn't moving around much anymore because the currencies are all tied to one another now, right? They're all going down or they're all going up together. They're all going to fail together or they're all going to win together. Playing a dollar versus some other currency, I think, is a fool's game.
Okay, I was just going to say that.
We're already in a full. All these currencies are already baskets now. We're in a global economy. These are really not different currencies. A yuan versus a dollar versus a euro. They're all toilet paper, right? Just different brand of toilet paper, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I don't see them as any different. I'd feel no more scared or confident holding a euro versus a dollar versus a yuan versus a yen. I don't see any difference in them. All those countries are way over levered. They're all insolvent. So stay out of them and buy hard assets, I guess, right? That's the deal.
Come up with a money-making scheme to acquire those, though.
Yeah, you still got to go out and get them. Yeah. That's right. Until the system changes, that's still the exchange. That's what you got to get the assets.
Yeah.
Yes, I am going all in on clown paintings.
Well, okay. What if a business owner put in their ad, work for gold and silver? You see more of that going around. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
People willing to do business in that. Can you do that?
But
you can barter, right?
Still doesn't really matter.
Correct, right? You can barter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep.
We just have to start doing it. I mean, there's no solution that's right there. We just barter with each other. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to get the corporations involved, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, you know, there's a whole other element that doesn't really get talked about, but I think is going to be an interesting part of this is people talk gold and silver, precious metals, and it's really individuals that are making plays into those. But I think there's a potential if there starts to be a risk to currencies, I think you're going to see corporations making decisions about where assets go. Now, a couple years ago, the University of Texas endowment system bought some gold and actually bought it and had it delivered and vaulted down in Texas. There's nothing that stops corporations from saying, we don't want to hold cash, we don't want to hold other treasuries or other typical vehicles for cash on balance sheets. There's nothing that would stop an Apple or an IBM or another company from putting some of their cash reserves into PMs. If that happens, that's also a game changer for demand. I mean, we're nothing, but if corporations and their cash hoards start moving those into gold and silver or other, huge game change on demand.
They'll do it if it can make them money. You know.
If they're threatened, they would be not doing their fiduciary duty, right? By not doing it, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're going to potentially all of their cash reserves are going to be horrifically depreciated in that reset or that new currency. They're going to be severely impacted. So the smart ones would be buying other assets right now with that. Obviously, you know, they got to get board approval. It's not something they can just do, you know, overnight. But
yeah.
So there's a lot. There's a lot of potential money to move around in alternative assets as this whole crisis continues to worsen over time. It's going to be interesting, man. I'll tell you, it is going to be very interesting.
Wow.
Good times ahead, guys.
Most people just forget about it. I don't know. Well, I could only see people just going into a daze and just nothing ever happens. I don't know. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
The price just slowly climbs up.
I'm just gonna start buying bars.
I'm sure it'll get to that price one day, but I don't know. Like everything else, you know.
Alan, you said that 98% of people don't buy precious metals at the moment.
I think it's in the U.S. It's even less.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe like 99.3% don't buy it.
Right.
And you know, if there's any kind of a change in the perception of those 99%, thinking that okay, now it's time to buy gold and silver, then it'll be a huge avalanche almost.
Yeah, I mean, I saw one article that if there was a true panic rush into hard assets, that gold and silver could see in the neighborhood of potentially $4 trillion have a panic rush in. I mean, that would be that scenario where the price literally goes into the tens of thousands, even conceivably hundreds of thousands. I mean, we don't know how crazy it could get, right? Mm. But then again, like what we talked about is, well, what does that mean, right? I mean, do you trade those for those? There's a reason that gold, if gold's at $100,000 an ounce, then that 100,000 is the problem is that you cannot fundamentally change the existing paradigm of affordability. People can't suddenly not pay their rent. In other words, the currency can't just collapse to a point where they've got to give people something to maintain relative stability, or you have civil unrest. You still have to have income. That income has to be tied to an expense ratio that people can still live, or you're going to have civil unrest, mass civil unrest.
Yeah, you need to have some kind of balance, right?
That's right. So I think that the currency, in the end, we're going to end up being relatively the same in terms of income to expenses. The difference will be that the valuation of that currency will have some kind of backing, and there will be winners and losers. And our bet is that we're the winners because we're betting on something that we think may go back in some way to tying to those currencies, and then we get the benefit of all that fiat inflated money over the years gives us a relative asset that is thinly held, that is very scarce, and that you end up being the winner in that reset paradigm. And then it comes out, and okay, you're the guy that had gold, so you're that 1% or less, and the new world is tied in some way to gold and silver again, or let's say just gold or whatever. Yes, we end up being the winner for those of us holding. But that's kind of the gamble.
Yeah,
and I think, by the way, but even if it doesn't happen, I still think gold and silver will continue to always have gold that they've always had. So I don't think you're necessarily at a high risk for some massive crash in the PMs, but it could just go back to PMs aren't a part of that new world, and that's it. There would probably be some pullback in PMs, and then they would kind of go back to their usual role, as there's always going to be that 1 or 2% that doesn't believe in non-backed, or doesn't believe in the current system of backing, whatever that is, if they try to come up with some convoluted other basket of assets. So it's hard, man. It's hard to say how they're gonna try to engineer it. And
yeah, I was watching Raw Dog's video about there's not going to be a wealth transfer, and the only way you can really gain anything out of this is that you own fixed debt. I don't know if you've seen that video.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, because that's saying that holding a mortgage or something is relative. First of all, you're holding debt. I don't know how ever in a pure sense you could make that argument. You're making it to a relative versus holding what, different debt. And he's also making an argument around, right, there are pros and cons of let's say mortgage debt. You have an asset, you have a home, but you also have taxes on that. So there's considerations to that asset decision.
That's true. Like, if you don't have the cash to pay it off, whatever the fixed debt is, whether it's 2-3%, I don't know what it is, but if you can't pay it off, then how are you gonna make that work?
And for him to say, well, there's not going to be a transfer of wealth. Yeah, there's going to be a transfer of wealth somewhere. There's always winners and losers when shit happens, right? So it's just a matter of, are you in the winning club or not? So somebody's getting a transfer of wealth. It may just not be the PM holders. It may be some other asset class. But something has to give in that new currency or that new what ends up happening with that. There's definitely going to be winners and losers. Now,
having a mortgage is the cheapest form of borrowing money.
Oh, agree completely.
Interest rate.
So
people are always going to be borrowing money, and your house is the cheapest way for you to borrow money. And so you have that asset, you have that whatever your house is worth, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. That's the benefit of it right there.
And you get a tax benefit, absolutely. Yep.
I mean, the property taxes, if you can live in a state with no property taxes, then you're much better off. You're like, that's a win right there. Because I have property taxes. I'll have my house paid off, I still have to pay property taxes.
Right.
So I don't own my house because I have to keep paying the government.
Is there such a state that doesn't charge property taxes?
I think so.
I think so, but again, that's also right. They could obviously implement property taxes in the future. So, yeah, you don't know, right, with property. I mean, property's a bit of a, that whole American dream on property. You have to be real careful because it has some benefits, but there's also it's they have control over the land and the ability to tax that land, at least under our current system. And that's a local thing. Yeah. So it's local today. It could, who knows? The feds could try to take over that. They could try to say, well, we're going to still let the locals, but we're also going to impose a federal property tax. I mean,
oh my God.
Who knows? We all know there are no limits to taxation by the federal government at this point. So. I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, and they will come out. By the way, if PM holders are big winners in any kind of currency reset, trust me, they're going to be all over taxation on that.
Oh yeah, they gotta get theirs.
Oh yeah.
Well, on the paper side of it, if you can sell the physical side of it without paying any taxes, because my local coin shop, there's no transaction. It's all cash, and there's no record of anything.
Yeah, I think Mike, the challenge, and I was actually thinking about this. What happens in a scenario where you have $10,000 or $50,000 or $25,000 gold and silver is $1,000, right? Then you get into situations where you've got large amounts of money that you would have to have transferred. That would be, banks don't allow you to take that much cash out anymore. So now you have to rely on the quote unquote system to have people transfer you money. That presents a whole nother scenario of problems about the ability to actually transact that. In fact, I was thinking about kind of an idea of having a vault that offers a system where you enter into an agreement with a buyer, because you're dealing with big money at that point, to where like they issue a code to each of you, and then like for the seller, neither of you could then get to the precious metal for, let's say, 14 days. That's a reasonable amount of time for the money to transfer, because both sides aren't going to trust each other. So you put your PMs into a vault, right? You both are there. You witness it going into an independent, right? You get a contract, and then each of you gets a code. And then so neither of you can get it until both of you put your code in, and that the seller has to approve it. Then the buyer's code will work, but obviously you can't go back and get it because Anyway, I was kind of thinking of like maybe a business you could come up with that would be kind of cool. But point being, you still have no way to transfer that money except through the federal wire system, which means they got you. Nobody else has a wire system in the United States to transfer money privately, right? So they got us. The only way is that you take your PMs and you say, I want to trade that for your car, and you do a private, some kind of transfer. I don't even know how that would work, right? They got to hook into all these things for tracking. So I'm not naive, man. I'm not thinking that if PMs go to the moon, that's even going to be a great thing, that there's not going to be all kinds of downsides, right? Like, well, how do I get rid of this shit?
You got to transfer to something more worthwhile.
Crushed. That's right.
Yeah.
And what does that look like? And can you even do that?
If you have a dealer that's willing, that can pay you, say, $15,000 or $20,000 in cash, then you can just keep that cash and not put it in a bank.
Yep. So you're right. You're right, Mike. You have to do small individual transactions and just do it over time and basically convert it privately. You're right. Where it still is an amount. That's why if it went to $50,000, that's a problem for everybody, because nobody's going to go to a Starbucks and drop, I'm sure there's some exceptions, but for the most part, it's pretty much not going to happen that you're going to have somebody that's going to meet you in a public place and give you 50 grand for an ounce of gold. Or it'd be very difficult for a buyer to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all relative, because if you would have told somebody 30 years ago that they were going to meet you to give you $1,400 for an ounce of gold, they would have thought you were crazy.
Right. And that's not a big deal. You're right. Today, that's not a big deal.
Yeah. But, that's what it is today, and now we've become accustomed to that price, and that price, it just seems normal.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I think it's manageable between up to about 10 grand. I think if it gets north of that, then it'll become a very stressed market for people to transact in those dollars and get access to them without banks hassling them and just all that bullshit.
Well, I mean, the metals is one of the best way to avoid taxes. If you buy so many ounces, let's say you have thousands of ounces, and you 50 years from now you want to pass it on to your children, and it's physical, you should be able to give it to them without anybody knowing, without getting an inheritance tax, without having any type of taxes paid. Because if my parents gave me their property today, they'd have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes on it, or I would have to pay,
Yep.
$200,000-300,000 in taxes on it.
Wait, you talking
Because
federal?
it's a physical property. It's in paper. There's all kinds of paperwork revolved around it.
Yep.
But let's say they had, 100 ounces of gold. They could hand it to me. I could put it in my car and drive home. End of story.
That's right. That's right. That is still the benefit. You're right. That's right, Mike. And then when you choose to sell it, you have to figure out the best way given the price and what the market conditions are like, and you either sell it small quantities, cash, private transactions, slowly, or exactly. I think that's going to be the reality. Is you're going to have to work to kind of keep it under the radar.
Yeah, you just sell it when you need it. Let's say you sell an ounce of gold every month. You need $1,400 a month. That's easy to do. Nobody cares that you sell 1 ounce of gold.
Or, honestly, if you make that much of a gain, and let's say taxation is 28% or 30% or whatever the collectible rate is now, you just say, screw it. You know what? I'm comfortable with that. I made $2 million. I made $1.5 million. I'm fine with selling a $150,000 chunk to an APMEX, and they're a legit company. You know you're going to get your cash. You know you're going to have to pay taxes on it, but you've made a huge gain, and you just live with it and move on. Yeah, I think that'll ultimately. I mean, listen, the government's going to be real happy to get 30%. If PMs go crazy, they're going to be very comfortable getting that cut.
Let me answer Steve's question. BU is brilliant uncirculated. AU is almost uncirculated.
And what the heck is gem?
Gem, they usually call it gem brilliant. Do you have a red book?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Go to Silvertown. You can buy a 2014 Red Book for $5. They're on sale.
So
Now that's a deal.
Yes.
You don't
know what a Red Book is?
No.
I don't know where mine is right now. You have to own a Red Book.
It's our Silver Stackle Bible.
It's basically a U.S. coin price guide. They come out every year. They've been around for decades.
Okay.
For $5 on Silvertown, I mean, it's a no-brainer for $5.
Free ship?
I don't know if it's free shipping or not.
Yeah,
But shit, $5, who cares? It's the Bible.
It's discounted from 15, so it's like $4.98. Seriously.
Okay, Silvertown. All right.
I'll find the link. Hold on.
They take PayPal too.
I'm also getting my first scale.
Nice.
The Red Book. The Red Book's going to do you so much good. It's unbelievable.
FYI, the reason why I got into silver stacking is because I was holding all these $100 bills for my soon-to-be 18-year-old son. And I'm thinking, I'm looking at trash here. When the system collapses, what do I have for my son? So I said, I'm going to start buying junk silver and then move up to numismatic and then the nice brand new bullion that comes out. So that's the reason why I got into this.
Yo, you're a great example of, and you're new, so it's great to hear that more people, and that I think, right, it really is starting to get out into the mainstream, that people are starting to really get nervous about the whole system. Or you wouldn't have been attracted to it. It got to you, right? You didn't do this until now.
You know, truthfully, I've been watching this boulder rolling down the mountain about 20 years ago, and I predicted the United States was going to collapse in 50 years, but I think it's going to happen in a year or two.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dire. It's dire, man. It is really dire.
It's a little scary.
FT. $6 for shipping.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, anyways, buy it anyways. You need one.
Yeah.
Any questions you have on American coins, you're going to find the answer in the Red Book.
I used to be a pirate a long time ago. River Burner Cracker, that's a long time ago. But yeah, if I can find that on Pirate Bay and download it digital. Yeah. If I can, I don't know if it's, probably not. So you got to buy one every year, huh? To keep up.
You don't.
No. Couple
Okay.
years. Every couple years is decent.
So anyway, this stack of money, I mean, sorry for using the, yeah, it is money. Currency is paper fiat. But yeah, this is
Yep.
really for my son, what I have here for him. And he doesn't even know about it, so it's going to be a surprise.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I got a budget of $500 a month I can spend.
That's pretty good.
Do you guys start off with junk silver first?
Yeah, I had junk silver and like bullion, like cheap stuff. Everybody starts off with cheap stuff, and they get a core position, a core stack going, and then as your interest grows and as you learn more, you'll come across something that you like, right? You'll come across a Maple Leaf or a Perth Mint coin that you like, and then you might like some other graded coin. It's just kind of an evolution.
Are you guys like me? You've always been into like baseball cards or football cards or watches or you like collecting things?
I was a baseball card collector when I was a kid, back in the late '80s, and
yeah, but this one's rewarding, literally.
Well, I mean, I've said it before. You're not really spending money. You're just transferring your paper cash into a physical asset.
Yeah, a lesson is it cost me $8 to buy 50 cents. That tells you the power of the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bought a 5-ounce bar last night. It was like $125. All right, so I spent $125. I can turn that in basically any time I want for almost the exact same price, if not more. Now, if I go buy a pair of $125 shoes, they're worthless.
Yeah, we had a conversation about this $45,000 gold coin, and if you walk out the dealer shop, it doesn't depreciate. Like if you bought a $45,000 Mercedes, which one would you want, the coin or the Mercedes? Everybody wants the coin.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind driving around in a $40,000 Mercedes.
Yeah, but as soon as you drive out the lot, you lost $10,000 already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a good way to think of everything, but I'm not going to think that way. I'm not going to live in a cardboard box on the side of the road just to continue to buy, metals. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one. I think I'll get one of those signs that work for silver.
Yeah, they wouldn't know what you're saying. You could ask people if they take Federal Reserve notes, and they wouldn't even know what you were saying.
I tell people what I'm doing, and they think I'm crazy.
Next time you go to a 7-Eleven, ask them, do you take Federal Reserve notes? The person will stare at you. Stare at you like a moron.
Take silver certificates?
Yeah, they're like, what?
No, really,
what do you got now, Zach? Gobstoppers. Everlasting Gobstoppers. Did you get that from Willy Wonka? It is a Wonka. There it is.
Yep. Remember those nerds and gobstoppers? I still have them. Remember you'd always see them on my screen about a couple months ago?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
These are the same ones.
Is that supposed to be gum?
Nope.
Hard candy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't have patience for that. I want to start chewing.
Everlasting Gobstopper.
Yeah, you gotta suck on it for a while, then it turns kind of mushy or whatever, kind of soft, then you can bite into it.
Yeah, that's what I tell her all the time. I know, keep it clean. I got a interesting conversation. Let's say the economy collapses. You pull out your junk silver to use, buy food, milk, pay your rent. Let's say silver went up to a couple, maybe $100 an ounce. That's what I'm hoping the junk silver's for.
Yeah, absolutely. You have no attachment to it. It's purely, going to trade for its melt value, and that's exactly what it's for.
So the question is, we're holding all this silver, and then our new currency comes out. When do we finally have confidence to start selling our silver to get the fiat currency? That's a good question.
Well, the PMs are going to immediately trade in the new currency, so we're going to know. I mean, you can't not price them in the new medium, right? So, and then it becomes, to your point though, it becomes, there's going to be some volatility right around that, but I think 6 months maybe to a year, you'll start to get a sense of where kind of it's going to settle out and what's that new valuation going to be to that new currency. I mean, eventually, the globe is still going to be here, barring a natural disaster. So life is going to go on. So eventually, things have to come back to some kind of a system for people to move on, and that's going to be that reality. I think probably 6 to 12 months after is you'll kind of have a sense.
Do you think the United States will break up like Europe and have its own individual countries, but we're all protected under, let's say, NATO?
No. Well, no. I don't think so. Although, there's already some movements around to break up states. California's got a pretty big movement now. They're trying to break California into 5 different states.
Yeah.
I think you could see some of that kind of stuff continuing along, but I don't see, at least initially, I think they will try to keep us essentially in the same system of government, for better and for worse.
Well, we're kind of like Europe. But we're states, we're not countries. They're all together and all protected under NATO.
Right. Yes.
They're all using one currency right now.
I think the states will give the federal government one crack at this whole how they engineer us out of it. And yes, if that fails though, then yes, I think you could see more division and a greater risk to the United States federal system, republic, right? I think that could be definite. If it's not successful after a year or two, much like it's taken 20 years for the idiots in Europe to figure out that the EU doesn't work, I don't think the United States will give our system 20 more years to try to get through this.
Have you heard of the Amero?
Yes.
Is that a myth or?
I mean, there's been stuff out there, alternate.
Yeah.
People have gone to jail over those types of currencies too, where you have to be very careful. So. That's why I wouldn't put faith in any other quote-unquote alternative currency.
Yeah, I don't trust Bitcoin either.
Yeah.
You're not a Bitcoin fan?
No. Bitcoin to me is like in a armored truck driving around, and the United States government can pull that truck over and take everything out. We don't have any control of Bitcoin.
I know, it's a joke.
I mean, something that I can reach and grab, and it's real, and it's been around for 6,000 years, gold and silver. I mean, it's
Bitcoin was an experiment created by the government to see how it would work.
One thing is certain. Regardless of what happens with the system, there are idiots before the system collapsed, and there will be idiots after. So there is going to be some stupid shit that you're going to see, like Bitcoins. I could see going to ridiculous amounts of money just because it is the first. It was the quote-unquote first, the most legitimate of the bullshit digital currencies. So I still see a potential for Bitcoins to go into a whole nother zone of ridiculousness. Right, but just like that, you will then start. There's already a couple of those cryptocurrencies out there that are are proposing, or that their model is tied to precious metals. So you're going to see a lot of competition in that space. So.
I mean, if you want to buy into it as an investor and play it, that's a different story. But if you're going to buy into it as the new currency, that is where I have the problem.
You know, I have a pretty big imagination. I've always had that. I figured Bitcoin was a bunch of M&Ms on the ground. We're just picking them up, and the CIA brings us into the digital age. You know, mark of the beast. And we all go digital currency. And if you don't do, you know, you're at the shopping mall and no, please check again. I'm in the system. I'm in the system.
Yep.
And oh yeah, sorry, I put the wrong number in. Police state, please put your guns down. He's good. He can pass.
We have no idea who truly created bitcoins, and it absolutely could be a government agency. It could be a combination of the governments to test out, knowing that this is the route it's going to go. So you have no ability, right? And again, that's the thing with precious metals or anything where if you hold it, you quote unquote own it. It's in your hand. You know it. It's tangible. You know what the risk or the lack of risk is to it. And that's just the point. Is there are so many unknowns to digital cryptocurrencies. Yeah, Al Gore created Bitcoin. Exactly. I mean, for all we know, the Bitcoin came straight out of the NSA, straight out of the Federal Reserve. I just, idiots that would want to buy into that, let them enjoy. You're going to have the same criticisms of that, and then you're going to have a whole community that's already being critical that distrust those for the very reasons you raise, right? Oh, it's in the system, every transaction, right? Yeah, it's got to have a unique string of keys, so everything's trackable. I don't know how that's. I don't know what is good about that. Other than if you enjoy giving all your information to government agencies, then that's great.
Yeah, at our secrecy, the RFID chip. You know, I had my teeth done last year, and I had some partials done. I'm thinking taking those in, see if I got an RFID chip in one of them.
Yeah.
You know, let me enlighten you guys where I'm at. Let's see. I'm gonna pull something up. I'll show you where I'm at right now. Can you see it?
Yeah. What's that? 5? Is that a Mexican note?
Yep. I'm in Mexico right now.
Oh, very nice.
So yeah, I cross the border all the time. I got a Sentry card, which is cleared by the FBI and Homeland Security. I don't have to wait in line. I'm a perfect citizen, they say.
Beautiful. That's nice.
Yeah.
Got to be careful though where you go down there, you know, right? You got to be a little bit cautious on making sure you go to the areas that are pretty safe.
Yeah, people say that to me. What are you going down? Are you crazy? You kill us. So, yeah, I can go down, you know, certain parts of Los Angeles, you know.
Yeah, that's right. No doubt about that.
To me, Mexico is the wild, wild west, you know. That's all.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like you really stand out. I mean, your last name's Hispanic, isn't it?
I'm Italian.
Oh. Oops.
It's okay. Okay. My heart is Latino. You know, I'm not really into what white people do.
That's
No offense. No offense.
They made Caesar salad in Mexico.
Pardon?
That's right.
It was an Italian that created Caesar salad in Mexico.
That's
I know.
right.
Isn't that something? Yeah, I walk right past the restaurants on Revolution Street down here in Tijuana. I go, what? Wow. Yeah, I don't know what Mexico is going to be like when the dollar collapses. Boy, they depend on the United States. It's going to be crazy. Have you heard of the domino effect, that the United States is the last country to collapse? That's what they say. And then some people, no, we're the first ones that are going to collapse.
Mm. Yeah, I think, yeah. from a timing standpoint. It's just a matter of if they want to do them in sequence and phase it versus, yeah, I mean, I get that. So either way, it's, they all fall down, right? The dominoes eventually all fall down.
Yeah.
Collapse internally or collapse at the global level? Because at the global level, so what?
Fiat currency wise. Now, Carlos Slim is trying to back the peso by silver because Mexico.
Is that Slim or is that? I think that's Salinas Price. Hugo Salinas Price is the big guy. He's just like the number 2 richest guy down there. Maybe Slim is too.
Carlos Slim was telecommunications.
Yeah. I thought it was Hugo Salinas Price was the big guy on.
No, Carlos Slim. As far as I know, but I'm
No, Slim is the richest. He's the telco. You're right, but the Salinas, is it Price Salinas or Salinas Price? I think he's the number 2 richest, and he's been a big proponent of the silver backing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's the one you're thinking of, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe Carlos Slim is also. I'd be hard because Carlos Slim is so interconnected with the fiat system, like Warren Buffett and all the others. I can't really see him pushing silver per se, but. Maybe he's reached the point where he's also throwing in the cards and realizing that shit's gonna go downhill.
I thought the guys behind the jump in silver prices a few years ago.
Yeah, that was Slim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Slim and Gates, those guys all dabbled, and Buffett, they all jumped in for a short period on silver. That was an interesting little piece of history too. They've done it before. They can do it again.
Speaking of silver again, and me being in Nevada, and I heard, I thought, this casinos in Nevada is what makes Nevada rich. But someone pointed out, no, it's the silver mines up north. And some lady asked me, a month ago on a forum, well, how are the silver mines in Nevada? I go, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. But then I heard something, on YouTube that they're down by 70% or something.
Yeah, huge. Yep.
So we're running out of silver.
Yes, we are. But look, we've had a deficit in silver for 65 of the last 68 years. Silver we've been using more silver than we've been producing as a globe, not just the U.S.
So there's a lot of indicators out there, that we're using it more. We don't have stockpiles of it anymore. India loves silver. It's part of their culture.
Yep.
And,
silver's ridiculously cheap. I mean, it is beyond ridiculous cheap. Yeah.
So it could realistically say, let's just say 5 years, be $500 an ounce.
It wouldn't shock me.
Do you think it'll be $25 an ounce by Christmas this year?
25. Yeah, I think the next move is to 25, and I think that's coming here in the summer, right into around September. I think we're going to have that next move. I think it's poised to start going, but it's not going to be. It's going to go up, and I think these $5 are going to be those are going to be real tough, battles. But yeah, I see 25 by October.
And do you think it might cool off after January, then pick up again by spring or summer?
Well, it's always going to have, it depends on the news cycle, and it depends on the economy, right? We're coming off of a horrific first quarter, and it doesn't look like it's really turning around. So we're facing a potential global recession. Not looking good. And if that's the case, with all the pumping, they're really screwed. This is kind of the end game because all the pumping has not worked. So now what is the next? I think that's kind of the argument. The next is they've got to finally deal with the reset, the quote-unquote collapse. It's over. Game is over. Now we got to figure our way out of this quagmire, and how are we going to do it? How are the banksters and the government's going to try to come together with the IMF and the BIS and all the other? How are they going to try to engineer this? Right. So that's really, I think,
the answer is war.
Well, I know, but that's kind of an old default to go to that. I don't know that the system is going to buy that anymore.
Well, this will be the time I've heard that we've done this, that we've gone to war and the system's gotten reset.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
we were number one, then Britain, then I think France, and then other countries, then the
There's
Roman Empire, then the Ottoman Empire.
there's just no appetite for war again in most countries, and you would see such extreme resistance and protesting here in the United States to a
But
large
that's,
on the ground.
yeah, because
I think the U.S. would literally have a problem staffing a significant war.
well, the reason why we got into World War II is because we let the Japanese attack Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
So
no,
for
but that was
next
still a
war,
whole different. That was a whole different world. You didn't have 24/7 news, immediate. You didn't have all the information that's out there now, where people say, you know what, this is some bullshit. There, that was a whole different era.
oh, I
It
don't
would be
know.
very hard to sell a draft. Draft in the United States is a big problem, a massive problem.
If a Malaysian-looking plane that's been painted, it looks like it came from Iran, and drops a bomb on New York City, and we all the government points the fingers, which is really the CIA
No,
who did this.
that won't work. Yeah, that's right. Everyone will think the U.S. government did that, not that country. So that's the problem. Is we look to our government first as perpetrating those now, not some external threat.
Yes, you talk about us, the
Who's
ones who
gonna
get.
who's gonna go put on a uniform for something we think our own government did? Nobody.
Well, there's us that get our true information from the internet, and then there's the sheeple.
Well, I don't know, man. I think
We're
people are
the
getting
minority.
I think people are getting hip enough now to kind of say, you know what, this is bullshit.
Well, I hope so,
I'm not
because
gonna,
I don't want to see a war.
because there is no other country now with the relative similar powers, and the U.S. still having the quote-unquote greatest military, but true. Other than a ballistic missile strike, something really egregious where yes, you could say, okay, that missile, came from China or whatever, something like that, or Russia. Any kind of plane or any other small scale, that's just not, that isn't going to justify an outright war or invasion. It would have to be a nuclear strike for there to be some kind of massive response to that other country.
That's what worries me.
Well, there is that chance. I mean, you got, Kim Jong-il or Jong-sung, whatever his name is now.
Yeah, I'm not worried about North Korea. I'm worried about our own country doing it to us to get us into war.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's depends how much leaders of our country want to truly destroy the nation over money, and that's what it comes down to.
The thing is, to me, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. I don't think our country runs the game here. It's the bankers who runs everything.
Yeah. Well, and those same bankers, they are human beings. They have to make that. They have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, "We're okay with this. We're going to launch a nuke over money."
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. I'm already filthy rich. I have Bentleys. I have 7 houses, and I'm going to go fucking launch a nuke.
Yeah, and I got a bunker.
I mean, come on. It's possible. Life's too easy. I think they can. I think they can find ways to stay in power and still continue to make shitloads of money and not have to launch a nuke. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. We're living in interesting times.
Yes. What do we want to talk about? Siren Zombucks? Oh my lord.
Zombucks. I'm still waiting. It's been 2 weeks since I ordered my latest Zombucks. Now, I did send them a check, but it should be.
What'd you buy? What'd you get?
I got 5 of those Merc DMs.
Oh, the Mercs.
Yes, I paid by
Still
check
bought.
though.
Yeah.
So hopefully they say the check takes like up to 5 business days to clear. So technically Friday was a business day, so hopefully they'll ship it out on Monday.
Yeah. What do those weigh? Are those 1 ounces?
Yeah, they're 1 ounce.
Oh shoot, who was somebody said they sold a bunch of them lately. Not Brian. I mean not Big Stack McGee. It was somebody else who sold a few lately. I want to say Mick Silver had them. I might be wrong though, but somebody sold like 5 of them recently. I still got all 5 of my walkers.
Yep.
I got 5.
10 of them.
Huh?
I got 10 of them. I probably should sell a few.
I'll sell half. Sell half of them. That's nice.
10 of those, and I have 5 of the next 2. I think I have 5 of each.
Yeah, I want to have a complete, make complete sets, and then maybe I'll sell a few of them.
Well, the designs are starting to get boring to me.
Yes, they are, and maybe
They're not. They're all like made up character. They're copying coins of made up people. They're not doing presidents. I mean, what are they going to do a president? Why not do a zombie Kennedy, zombie Abe Lincoln, zombie Washington?
Oh, they could do a zombie peace dollar. That would be different.
Didn't they already do that?
No, they did the Morgan.
Well, the peace dollar's next then.
Like a rest in peace dollar or something, or rest in pieces.
That'll be next. It'll be the peace dollar next. I guarantee it.
Peace dollar, spell it as in PIECE, and it could be like body parts or something. I don't know. Or an Indian head.
Well, they'll do that. They did the buffalo already.
Right.
I think they're just going to stay away from the presidents altogether.
Yeah, because they don't want to. Yeah.
But they might offend somebody.
That's right. Sensitive.
We don't want to offend anybody in selling these coins.
That Obama coin wasn't part of that series, right? That zombie, Obama zombie?
No.
That was very offensive.
It wasn't offensive. It was just stupid.
It's offensive.
It was
what
offensive.
was it called? Zombie or something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was zombie. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. They probably won't do an American Eagle either. They're not going to turn an eagle into a zombie. God, what's left? I'll have to flip through the red book to find out what's left.
Do a Franklin. Well, he wasn't a president.
They're going to do the peace dollar. They're not going to do any real human beings. That's what I'm saying. They'll probably go with a seated bust Liberty next, or what else? Oh, you know what would be cool is if they did a Mount Rushmore zombie. That would be sweet. If they all looked like zombies.
Do a trade dollar. Or maybe they could do some commemorative coin. I know you say not real people, but what about like Booker T, just to bring awareness that there was a Booker T coin? Or Washington Carver. Oh, Washington Carver. Oh man, you imagine the play.
Oh boy.
The Washington Carver. Yeah, like a psychopath with knives slicing up Washington.
You like it, like it.
I like it. I like it. They're not going to do an Indian head. No way.
Like a zombie pilgrim. Like the
They'll do a pilgrim over an Indian head. I guarantee you that.
Like a Oregon Trail zombie.
Franklin? No, not going to do a Franklin.
What about a Colombian $50? Maybe they could do Christopher Columbus zombie.
Statue of Liberty. Didn't somebody already do a Statue of Liberty? Thought somebody did that. That would be okay. That came from France anyways. Have you guys been to the Statue of Liberty?
Long time ago.
It's very disappointing.
It's cramped. I mean, I was like
It's tiny. It's not even that big.
12 years old or something, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting claustrophobic in the damn thing.
It's small. You see it on TV and you think it's really big, right? You think it's like huge. And then you go and you're like, oh, that's not very big.
Yeah, you're right. It is much smaller.
What is it, like 20 stories maybe?
Going up all those cramped little stairs with people
200 feet.
backing.
Yeah, it's a bowling trophy that the French gave us.
And if they wanted to impress us, they should have given us the Eiffel Tower.
Thanks for the bowling trophy. Standing Liberty? Probably. But that's not that far off from the Walking Liberty.
Yeah,
then you could have the Seat of Liberty. Standing, walking, sitting. What else is she doing? Is she running? Is there running Liberty? Eating dinner Liberty? What are we talking about here? Cat bust. That's what it's going to be. Flowing hair. It'll be the flowing hair.
Hey, you guys, you check out my mural I did. That's from Venice.
That's very nice.
It's about 8 feet by 5 feet.
You gonna sell it?
It's on the wall, dummy.
Or you painted it on the wall?
Yeah, it's a mural.
Oh man.
I was an architectural renderer. I did custom homes, multi-million-dollar custom homes. Did Mike Tyson's house out in Las Vegas.
Nice.
I was somebody till 2008 when everything crashed. Lost it all.
It's great. It's a great system, isn't it, Steve? It's a great system.
Which one? The building industry?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough industry to be in. It's not safe like the medical industry or being a police officer. I mean, you got a job always.
High reward, high risk kind of thing.
Everybody still working right now?
Yep.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I hope I'm it's not a personal question, but what does everybody do for a living?
I work in corporate and IT in a corporate environment.
Okay.
About a $15 billion company.
I work for the government. I'm on the inside.
Mike's on. That's right. We can't trust Mike. Can't trust FT.
I'm on the inside of a bunch of bullshit.
That's right.
Trust me. It's all nonsense.
Later, Zach.
Zach's got to go eat his Captain Crunch and Cheerios.
I know, man. His fruity pebbles.
Yeah. Goodbye, Zach.
Fruity pebbles with mayonnaise.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of Zach's videos yet. I was thinking of doing my 3 month full stack August the 1st. You think I should do it, or it'll be pretty boring? I mean, I'm way behind you guys.
No, there's lots of guys like you. There's lots of guys. There's a ton of people that don't participate in this little hangout crowd. That's there's a lot of them, man. A lot of guys. You know, a couple months in, couple weeks in, 6 months. You know, it's cool to see people progress.
I mean,
just be prepared.
Do videos. Do whatever videos you want to do. You know.
Yeah, and don't let assholes like me that will come in and make fun of you. There's going to be guys like me or just jerks who are just going to stir shit up on your channel, and you'll get used to it.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll do it then. Thanks for that.
I of course won't do that. I of course won't do that to you, Steve.
No,
I only attack the. I only poke around with some of the established guys who've been around long enough to know that that's just part of the game.
Yeah,
it's like any other social community. Yeah.
Is that your
part-time asshole?
Is that your first real name, Alan?
No.
No. It's all in gold.
It's all in. It's a play on all in gold.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I should change
There's
my
a few
name.
people. There's a few people. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's your call. Obviously, there's more. You know, people put what looks to be a real name. You know, there's more. Some people will think, you know, you get a little more credibility to it, but at the same time, there's pros and cons to that. So.
Yeah, I got nothing to hide. You can Google me on the internet, and there's only Steve Zero in the world. And there's a million Steves, but there's only one Steve Zero. And then you can find my website, what I used to do for a living.
Yeah, exactly. If you're already pretty public, definitely, then that's you got nothing. You got nothing to worry about.
Yep. You can get me a full stack of ribs.
Oh man.
That's about an ounce of silver right there. A little bit more.
Zach and his food porn.
I know, man.
It is lunchtime.
From Count Chocula to a stack of ribs.
I got my ribs.
Velveeta and ribs. We see Zach enjoying a large glass of melted Velveeta with a straw.
Oh my god.
I could see it. I could totally see him doing that. Delicious. My sodium's a little low.
Anybody gonna buy the tombstone?
No, nobody's buying that.
Come on, Zach.
I'm telling everybody, do not buy the tombstone. It's the hot item of the week. That's all it is.
Talk about the new one that has little, like some, I don't know, put little dents into it.
Yeah, it looks like a tombstone. Well, it's called a tombstone.
The box is cool.
Yeah, you gotta stay away from that. You gotta like not pay attention to that crap.
Yeah.
Every week, somebody's got a new video on the hot new item of the week. This week, it's a tombstone. It's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Just buy a cheap bullion bar. It's the same thing. Next week, let's see, what's it gonna be next week? Man, I don't know. It'd be like a 5-ounce like Bible or Quran bar. Get all the religious people.
FBI, your voice sounds familiar, but do you go by a different name?
Sometimes I show up as Mike Johnson. You were in my room the other night.
Okay, I thought your voice sounds like the guy with the goatee, dark hair, and he puts a crown on his head and a sword.
Oh, Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? I sound like Noomy King? You're telling me I sound like Noomy King?
See, you're gonna fit right in here.
I'd like to think I'm a little bit more. I'm a little smarter than that guy.
Is that guy okay? Is he okay?
What do you think?
I don't know. Something.
He rides around on a broomstick, a little broomstick pony.
Yeah.
And he plays with swords, and he wears Burger King hats. And Silver Siren loves him.
I will slay all of you.
Siren is all into that fantasy land.
Yeah, I was talking about
She's about to start speaking the language here. Here I come. I will slay thee. See, you wish you'd come in, man. That's her boy.
Oh, yeah. He's probably eating or something.
Yeah, he's probably.
I sound like Noomy King. Oh my god.
Mike's not going to get over that anytime soon, Steve.
I have to make it up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sounds
we'll
like thunderstorms coming around.
FT King.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. FT King.
If I sound like him, I can tell you this, I sure as hell don't look like him.
Well, matter of fact, this is
How
what I
about
look
that
like.
other? How
This is
about that
me.
other guy with the sword?
You are a good-looking man. You have a nice face. You're not gonna get that. You're
I'm
not gonna get that,
Italian.
but I'm gonna get it anyways.
Heck, I'm almost 60 years old.
You have a very nice face.
Come on, do like Silver Goomba. Do it up.
Who's that?
Steve, got to come up with the new name for him. He's got to come up with a YouTube name.
Yeah, I need a new name.
Silver
huh?
Goomba.
No, I'm
Steve,
mocking freaking Kika. You know Kika.
Oh yeah, Kika, yeah.
You have
Yeah.
a
You have a
very
nice
nice
face.
face.
I think you're really a nice person, Alan, but you just don't let it come out. You've got a lot of hate in your heart. Let it go.
Yeah, I just thought I
Oh
saw
God,
him.
the king
Well,
just
he was here. Why did he leave?
I didn't text anything
Charismatic.
bad about him.
Welcome tonight. God. It's like Siren has him on demand. She can just summon New Me King.
Maybe he had to put his crown on.
All right. I'm not camera ready.
Ready?
Makeup.
That's right. Let me get my little 6-year-old sister to come over and powder me.
There's Numi. He's a little sensitive.
Oh, he's back.
Yes.
We have to play nice.
He must be regal for the peasants.
He called me his brother yesterday or the other day.
Wow.
I am the king's brother. I shall defend his throne.